This video is just for you if you are a budget savvy bride and wanting to save money on creating the most elegant name place cards for your wedding. Today we're going to be looking at how to design tented name place cards, which are the ones that are folded over so that they sit neatly on the table. People can often underestimate the impact that they can have at a wedding. They are really prominent. They are one of the things that you are looking at for a vast majority of the wedding. And they're also the type of thing that people might take home with them at the end of the night as an informal favor. If you are feeling like your wedding style is still a little bit vague, you're not quite sure, you haven't quite got much clarity in terms of the design and the style that you're wanting to use, make sure that you check out my wedding vision board down in the comments below. I'll pop it below the like button in the description. This will help you fine tune your style and be able to help you make design decisions quickly and easily going forward, and they will all marry together. Do you see what I did there? They will all marry together really nicely. So make sure you check that out in the comments below before moving on to this stage. So this video has been designed that you can do as much or as little as you like, but if you are wanting to create your very own name place cards for your wedding, this is an easy to follow tutorial that will get you through the entire design process from start to finish. You will have an elegant design at the end of it without the eye-watering price tag. And I have got a couple of really good tips for you that I have picked up over the years of helping brides design their weddings and do it themselves. So make sure you stick around for that. It will help to streamline your process and make it really enjoyable for you. So let's jump into Canva and I will show you how it's done. So here we are in canva.com. We have come and created a name place card. This is just done through the templates to get the correct size. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to pick a design and style that suits your wedding. This is a very versatile piece of stationery where you can actually include some really important information on the cards that people can then take home afterwards. So make sure that you give some thought into what goes in there. It's the kind of thing that ladies will often pop into their handbag at the end of the wedding as a keepsake. You don't want a cluttered tabletop at your wedding, so make sure you are thinking about everything that you are wanting to include on your wedding table, and then make sure that you have considered, could this be included on a name place card to just reduce that amount of visual information that's going on at your table. But you can see here we've got a variety of styles, so just bear in mind that this will be the front of the card that you will see. The center part will be the fold. It's a tented name card, so this will be the fold, and I'm just showing you some various ideas for the backs of the cards. So for this one, for example, they've actually done like a monogram for the bride and groom's names that are over here, and they've included the date of the wedding, which is a lovely touch. And that will be a universal thing that will be on the back of all the name place cards. So if you've got the date on the back, they might even remember your anniversary. The front is the part that will be customized, so that will be your guests' names, and you can choose to include the table number. It totally depends on the type of style and organization that you're wanting to use for your wedding. Like I said, it could also be really useful to have the names on both sides, on the front and the back, so that when you are sitting across the table and looking across, you actually are able to remember what that person's name is later on when you are chatting with them, because you might have met lots of people in the afternoon of the wedding, and then when it comes to the evening you can't remember the people that you met earlier, and now it's too late to ask them their name because that's a little bit awkward. Here again we've got the bride and groom's name and date, and a little message on the front is also a really nice touch. We're glad you're here, Louisa. It could have a QR code for taking photographs, where you can upload your photographs at the end of the day. It of course could also be left blank or just have a color block on the back. So there's various choices there. So your decision is to now go and create the style that you want for the front and the back of your tented cards. So step one is to explore different designs and decide on which is your favorite. Step two is going to be to now copy your favorite. So we'll go across to File, Make a Copy. We're going to work with this design as our favorite. So I'm going to just go across to Grid View, and I'm going to make sure that I hold down Shift while I select the others, and I'm going to delete those so that I now have a single design that I'm going to be working with. And you can rename that as wedding place card. Now that you have your favorite, it's time for us to put our information in. So we can go down here to Apps. I want you to search for Bulk Create. There it is, Bulk Create. We're going to click on that one. You are now going to add your data. You can choose to enter your data manually or upload data over here. For today, I'm going to show you how to upload it manually, and you can choose the types of fields that you are wanting here. If you are wanting additional information, such as table numbers or anything else, that is variable, that is going to be changing from card to card. You can add it here. You can rename it if you want to. And these also can be copied and pasted as you need. Okay, once you've inputted all your guest names and tables, if you want them, of course you can always just delete this if you wanted to. You can delete the column or delete the row, so you will tailor that to yourself. Then you click done when you're done. Now, what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to connect the information that you've done in the table to your place names. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the name that is selected on the name, even though it doesn't look like it. You can either click on right click, or you can go up here to connect data. Connect data, and this is the name. Now you go over to your table number, right click, connect data, this is the table. Click on continue. It's asking you if you want everything selected. Yes, I do. Select all, generate 10 designs. And Canva will now do the work for you. This will open up into a new page, and this is an entirely new file that will be auto-saved by Canva, so you don't need to worry about renaming it or saving it at all. So here you will see that we have got all our information here, and it's a good idea just to run through it and double check that you don't have something like this going on, where you might just need a slight adjustment to make sure that it looks good. Great. And there you have all your pages neatly designed and ready to go. So you can hop on over here and see them all designed there. If you decided to not include table numbers on the cards, just make sure that you are then organizing the cards according to the tables and label and group them as such. So you will then have all of table 1 folded tented cards all together, ready to go onto table 1 on the day of the setup. That's then a nice, quick and easy way. You will have the groups of the table numbers, table 1, table 2, table 3, all in the order according to your seating chart. Seating chart video is linked down below. And then on the day of setup, it's a very easy task just to place each group of table numbers on each table. That will allow anyone to be able to set them up beautifully. Now, once you've got all of yours designed, you now are going to be going across and having them printed. So we're going to print to file first so that we can have a file that we're ready to print. We're going to go across to share and then download. And we're doing a PDF print. Really important that you've checked with your printers what format they want the file in for printing. So this is PDF print. You can change the format here if they want a JPEG, for example, or something else, but this is good for printing. Or you can find out from them if they want the crop marks and bleed on printed with it or not, so that is optional. And then you are wanting all pages, RGB, ready for printing, and then you are going to click download. What this is going to do is this is going to download each file. This is going to download each file as a single page. So you will then have the single design on a single page. So if we open up our print file, you'll be able to see that the entire page looks like a name place card. So don't be alarmed, this does not mean that you're going to have giant sized tents that you have to try and fit 10 on a table. All this means is that the printers that you use are going to be able to then allocate the full page into the print design. So they could, for example, get like 6 full pages onto a single A4 page. So that is just the format that they use for printing. So just make sure that you check with them as to how to print it. Let me show you an alternative if you are wanting to do the entire design of the A4 page yourself before taking it to the printers. Okay, so I have created this template for you to download should you want to do it in this style. This will be able to fit 6 different place cards, tented place cards, onto a single sheet of A4 paper. If you are wanting to use my template and go onto an A4 page, then you are going to do it slightly differently. Then I would like you to choose a format of PNG, all pages selected, and then download. Okay, so now you can come across to my template. You open up the Spotted Hat template and you will see that we have got the A4 paper. Let's have a look at how we would do that. We'll go across to uploads, upload files, and find your file in the download folder and upload it. Might take a little while to download because there you will probably have quite a few files there, but once they are uploaded, you are then able to do a simple drag and drop.
You will just need to keep a careful eye that you have done all of them.
They have their name on them, they feel really personalized, so make sure you have spelled it correctly. Double check, triple check, quadruple check, make sure that the bride has checked, that an outside party has checked against the list. You cannot get the names spelled wrong on the name place cards. That one is critical.
Once you have all of those, you simply go down to Share, Download, you select PDF Print, which is best for printing. You won't need the crop marks and bleed because I have your printer guides right here, and then a simple download. You can take that straight to the printers and have that printed or print that out at home. And then these are the guides that you will simply use for cutting along the grey lines.
A guillotine cutter is ideal for something like this. Make sure that you have aligned it and that it is nice and sharp so that you get the best cut that is nice and clear. It might be worth also printing a couple of practice sheets so that you can just get a feel for using the cutting guides and getting those name place cards really accurate in terms of your cutting. If you are feeling overwhelmed and totally stressed out with the wedding planning process and creating your own stationery, be sure to get in touch with me. I am doing wedding consults where I am able to help you bring your visions to life. Here at Spotted Hut, we are doing a wedding series at the moment where we are talking about all things with elegant design to do with your wedding without the eye-watering price tag to go with it. So keep an eye on this channel, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so that you can get updates. I hope you've enjoyed making this and that you've come out with some beautiful tinted name place cards at the end of this. Enjoy placing those on your table. They are often the real finishing touch, and that adds that beautiful personal element with your guests' names on them. So enjoy creating those and let me know how you got on in the comments below.